what we're going to do here is I'm going to demonstrate to you. You're looking at two Moringa oleifera trees that are exactly the same age. Both of these guys, both of them were exactly that size, and they were both of them were in a container that was a 2-gallon. Now, on June, let's say June, yeah, it was around June 21st that I stepped these guys up, and now we're looking at the same plant stepped up. It is now July 1st, okay? And the tree is completely rooted in the pot. This guy is really rooted in the pot. I mean, he's super rooted in the pot. This guy here, what I did was I put him in some good soil. You can see here, I'm yanking on this. This guy is really, really well rooted, very healthy, very strong root system. And you can even tell how much better he's doing with the roots, because what I did is when I took him out of this 2-gallon pot, okay, I spread the roots out real nice, okay, I shaved them lightly, very light little shaving, and spread them out, got them in here, and in no time, in less than a couple of weeks, in full sun, this plant, without too much water, again, too much water is definitely not the Moringa oleifera's
I continue to take
friend.
the leaves and cut them. I continue to take the trees and pinch them.
Here's another example, okay? And I'm not kidding you. This is just not make-believe. This is a fact. This tree stands, I'm 5'10", okay? So this tree is just about, I don't know, 5'6", okay? This tree is above my head right here by a good 6 inches, okay? So the distance between here and here is a good maybe half foot, maybe 8-inch growth difference, and much bushier on top. Okay, this guy's even a little bit bigger, just a little bit bigger. Okay, this guy, same thing. Notice the containers. That's the same container as that one, and here's a little 2-gallon container. Now let me back away so you can see what I'm talking about. You can clearly see the difference. Now we're gonna go look at a 15-gallon tree, which was taken from a 2-gallon pot and moved into a 15-gallon, and see if there's really that much difference. There's a 15-gallon. The tree's practically the same size. I really don't see much difference at all. So sometimes over-potting is not a good idea. We tried it in this case just to see what would happen, but it didn't seem to stimulate much more growth because obviously the tree was spending time developing roots. So let's take a look and see what's happening here as far as how well rooted this one is in the 15-gallon. Again, this is a tree that was exactly in a 2-gallon pot, all grown at the same time. Okay, it's pretty sturdy. It's got good root system, but I would not yank on this one like I did on the other one, okay? This one is probably 50% through rooting, maybe a little less in this pot. Now, these trees would be fine. I once had a tree, a Moringa tree, that I had bought like 6 years ago in a nursery where the guy had no idea what he had. He had no idea what it was. And it was in a pot just like this one, which is a 2-gallon. And that Moringa tree had busted the pot, and the root was, I mean, the trunk was literally, I couldn't wrap my hand around it. That's how thick it was. And I took it. That was one of my first experiences with Moringa trees. Put it into a pot, trimmed up some of the circling, because it did have some pretty big, gnarly circling roots. I trimmed them up, I planted it, and I put it into a 7-gallon pot, and then I basically gave it very little water and put it in some partial shade, not full sun. Let me tell you something. That tree, in less than a month, looked amazing. I mean, amazing. It had bushed out. It looked absolutely fantastic.